Several local politicians are preparing to tackle municipal issues with their counterparts around the province. The Union of BC Municipalities convention kicks off next week, and some Prince George councillors will be making the trip. The agenda is relevant to our region, as both the Regional District of Fraser, Fort George and the city have resolutions on the table. They include everything from volunteer fire departments and recycling to a housing crunch.
The latest in recycling is on the table at this year's Union of BC Municipalities convention. The Regional District of Fraser Fort George has issues of service imbalances between urban and rural communities. The Regional District also has a request to rework the classification system for volunteer fire departments when it comes to insurance. Currently, a fire department will not be insured unless it has a minimum of 15 firefighters.
Some departments are struggling, especially in the older communities and smaller communities where you don't have the volunteers. So you're struggling with maybe 10 or 15. And according to the Fire Underwriter Survey, you need 15. But yet those departments with fewer members perhaps are providing the same service. It's just they're short a few members.
The City of Prince George also has a pair of resolutions. The first deals with a subject near to Executive Member Murray Krause's heart: federal resources to better address issues of sexually exploited youth.
Societally, we need to do something to support them and do what we can to get them off the street. But again, it has to be done in a realistic way, and it has to be done thoughtfully, and it has to be respectful. And so it really is a long-term process.
The second resolution from the city seeks the provincial support to pursue a federal housing plan. The city is already beginning to see a housing crunch, which is expected to get worse as more resource-based industry moves into the region.
It's being acknowledged that people in other communities are losing their housing because workers are moving in, and that housing is being given over to the workers, and the lower income folks are losing their homes. So it really is important, and many of them are coming here. So again, we will have that same issue here in Prince George. I think we have a 4% vacancy rate or 3% vacancy rate. That means we don't have a vacancy rate.
Given this summer's wildfire situation, a resolution around wildfire mitigation will likely spark a great deal of conversation over the course of the convention.
I think there's a couple that are of interest provincially. One is the Strategic Wildfire Prevention Initiative put forward by Okanagan-Smilkameen. The funding that's been available in the past years to fireproof your community it appears to be drying up, and there's a concern, of course, after this summer. There's been fires everywhere, so I can see that being a topic of interest.
The other provincially relevant resolution looks at changes to the Agricultural Land Reserve. Cheryl Jan, CKPG News.